Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to assemble all the parts from your maze project into Onshape. But before we do that, right, I'm already inside my period whatever, first name, last initial maze document, right? So I have my circle maze and my square maze. Before I can make the assembly, we have to make two more parts. So first off, right, I'm going to create a new part studio. We're going to make the base and the top of our overall portable game. So what you're going to do, just go to Sketch. You can name it top. It's going to be super easy. We're just going to make a rectangle, or excuse me, a square. That's 4.75 by 4.75. Perfect square. Okay. And I'm going to extrude it. Just good practice. Extrude it 1/8 of an inch. That's the thickness of our acrylic. Now, for our purposes, right, it's always good to rename your part. We're going to call it top/base. Always got to edit your appearance. Now, for this one, right, because this is going to be our top and our bottom, they're actually going to be see-through. So what you can do here is you can change your amount of transparency. You don't want it completely transparent, but roughly like, you can also click, roughly like 0.1 seems to do a pretty good job. So you can see that's purple, but you can see that it is, well, see-through, right? And we're not going to do a drawing for this just because it's, square, but it's good to rename your part studio as well so you can find it easily. So for these next couple of parts, we're just going to be changing the appearance, changing the part name, and creating a new part studio with that renamed, right? So now I'm going to create another part studio, again, inside the same document, and we're going to make this our outside walls. So first, let's do the outside walls for our square maze. So I'm just going to create a rectangle. Again, it's going to be 4.75 by 4.75. Except now I need to do the cutout of the square. Now, again, the easiest way, just use the offset tool. Select all 4 of these. Make sure the arrow is going in the right direction. Now we want that to be centered, right? So it's going to be an extra 3/4 of an inch that we have, right? But it's going to be split amongst the top and the bottom because we want our square to be centered. So half of 3/4, it's 3/8. You just multiply it by 2, right? So 3/8, enter. Now if I go to dimension this, right, it's going to be 3/8 to the right, and it's going to be 3/8 to the left, and 3/8 up, 3/8 down. Right now, obviously, this dimension's gray out, so we don't need it because we, offset it. But we know it's good to go. And then we're going to extrude, and we're just going to extrude the wall. Again, we'll just call it top. And we're going to extrude that to 1/8 of an inch because this is going to be our acrylic. Again, same thing. Change the color. Rename our part. Rename our part. We'll just call it square outside walls. And same thing with our part studio. And I'm just calling it square outside walls because I'm going to do another one with the circle inside walls. So I'm going to create a new part studio just in case you do either one. I have videos for you for both. Again, top. Again, we're going to make the overall 4.75 by 4.75. And now we're going to do our circle in the middle. That's going to be 4 inches in diameter. Except now we have to center it. So if we go from left to right, so now because we're going to the center to the edge, we're going to have to take 4.75 and divide it by 2. Right, because we're going to be doing half. So 2.375. Now it's perfectly centered left and right. Now the same thing, but up and down. 2.375. Our hole is perfectly centered. Extrude the outside. Again to 1/8. And we're just gonna change it. So now we have our top and our bottom, or top and base, and we have our outside walls, whether that's circle or square, and we have our maze, again, circle or square. So what you're going to do now, you're going to go to Assembly, you're going to go over here to where it says Insert, and you're going to do the top/base. They're going to be the same part, so no reason to make it twice. We can just add it in here twice. So you just stick it anywhere you want in here. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add these mate connectors. Okay, so mate connectors make attaching things or combining things super easy. So what I'm going to do is on the origin, I'm going to put a mate connector here with the blue facing up, confirm it. I'm going to do a mate connector, and now I'm going to use this bottom corner here, and I want my connector to be in the same orientation. So blue going straight up, and I'm using the bottom part, right? Confirm it. Now, if I go over here where it says Fastened Mate, which is just going to combine two things, and I select both of my mate connectors, confirm it, now it's going to be there, right? So that was my top and my bottom. Can insert. Now I'm going to do the outside walls. Let's do the square first. Again, you can just place it anywhere, because again, we're going to use our mate connectors, but now we're going to go on the top of the base, again, the blue facing up, bottom with the blue facing up, confirm it, and because you can only do one mate at a time, which I did on purpose to show you, you're not going to be able to do two mates at the same time. So do one mate, mate connector, go back over here, zoom in so you can see, make sure the orientation matches, confirm it. Then you're going to go to Fastened Mate, 3 and 4, boom, they go together. Now again, you go to Insert, you're going to grab your square maze, stick it out, right? But now we're going to be doing the inside. So it's a little tricky to see the color that I chose. So if I quickly go back here, I can edit my appearance and make it something so hopefully you can see a little bit better. And we'll do that to both of them. Now when I go into Assembly, it's going to be blue. That way we can see. Because we need this inside corner. So we go to Mate Connector. We'll go to this inside corner. And again, we'll have it so the blue line's facing up. Another Mate Connector. This corner with the blue line facing up. Now I go to Fastened Mate, select 5 and 6, confirm. Let me zoom out for you. Bang. Now the last thing we have to do, go to Insert. Go ahead to that top and base again. Put it anywhere we need. Get that out of our way. And now do another mate for the top here. As you can see, it's a little bit of a gap, which is perfect. That's what we want. Here. Boom. Connectors. And because I forgot it, right, not a big deal. Connector. Corner. Boom. Fasten Mate. 7 and 8. And there you have it. That is what your finished product should look like. Alright, that's for the square. So if I go here, I'll rename it. I don't know what happened there. Rename, assembly, square. Now, just for the sake of time, I'm going to make another assembly, not another part studio. And I'm going to do the same beginning that I did, right? I can move things out of the way. Trying to be quick. A circle maze starts out the exact same way. There's just one key difference besides, well, it being a circle, right? Up until this is all going to be the same. Okay, now it's this part that's going to be a little bit weird. So if I go to my circle maze, easiest way to do this, go to Make Connector, look at the top, and then you're going to see, right, I'll move this out of the way. When I go to Make Connector, you can see here that this is going to add a Make Connector to the center of this circle, which is exactly what I want. So I want to do that for 5, another Make Connector, and if I go back to the top, I can do the same thing here. Now you just might have to move your mouse around a little bit until it shows up. Boom. Now if I go to fasten 5 and 6, there is that, and not a big deal. So it's actually on the wrong side, not a big deal. Make Connector. And now when I go to fasten for 5 and 6, boom, that's exactly what I want. And now for the last, I just go to my top and base. And this should be super, super easy for us by now. And then fasten 7 and 8. Bang. Now I have my game ready to go for either the circle or for the square. Alright, I hope that helps. See you in the next video.